Hello and welcome to another Tech Articles. In today's article, which is a follow-on from our previous article about price IDs in SureCart, and this one we're going to look at the action in SureCart called Checkout Confirmed. Now, Checkout Confirmed is a trigger that happens when there is a successfully completed order and they've made their payment, and it contains an awful lot of data. There is some of those parameters available to you here on the SureCart developer docs, but what we're going to do now is we're going to run through some code to dump them to our error log, and we are then going to build on our previous lesson and look for our price ID. From there you could then add things like triggering webhooks or another action, or maybe you want to apply a tag using Fluent CRM. There's code available in some of my other videos that would allow you to do just that on the purchasing of a particular price ID. They get a particular tag, and I'll cover tags in another future video. I have been asked about Fluent CRM and tags, and giving a tag and taking a tag, and why you would do those things. So I am going to do a future video on those when I get the time to plan that out. So we're going to head over to WordPress, and I have a snippet here that I've modified. It's already working, and I've already written the article that's on Tech Articles, but I've modified this. So I've removed the price ID, and I've not logged whether the price ID is in there or not, and we've removed these comments later as we move forward. So what this is going to do, this is going to take our checkout confirmed payload, and it is going to enter it to our error log. It's also going to carry on doing some checks against the price ID, but it's not going to do anything with that data currently because we don't want that. We just want to output the purchase to our log. So this is a debug log. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to here, and this is a product that is on this test site, and I'm just going to open the product page and I'm going to buy it. And I'm just going to go through the checkout process and purchase it, and I'm going to wait till it finishes, and when it finishes it will trigger that action hook, which it's done now. So if we head over to our debug log and refresh, you'll now see we have a huge amount of data in here. Now, building on what we did before, and if we go back to the product and to our clipboard and to our price ID, and if we go back to our debug log and do a find on that data, you'll see here in the array it's here as an ID, but where we want it is in the second box where it says price, and this is the price ID. So this is a purchase object, price, and it tells us this price ID was the object that was purchased. But there's lots and lots of information available to you here about what was in the cart, how much the cart was, what the cart weighed, what the individual line items weigh, what the shipping details were. There is huge amounts of data to extract here, and this is why this becomes leveling up and stacking, because we learn more and more the more we do this. So with checkout confirmed, we now have a way of knowing if somebody purchased a particular ID. We've just proved that the data's in there. So what we do now in our snippet is we give it a price ID. Now I've just copied that price ID, so I'm going to paste it in here, and I'm going to push save. So now what happens is it will look for this price ID. It will run through the checkout items until it finds that data and target our price ID. Then we want it to log. So I'm going to remove these comments, and if the price ID was in our purchase, we will get was successfully purchased, and then under here, for example, we could add our sending to webhook, and if it's not in our cart, we could do the same here, but we'd get an X error saying it's not in our cart. So the first thing I'm going to do is save this, and I'm going to close down this dashboard, and I'm going to open this item again. But first I'm going to clear this debug log so we can clearly see what's going on. So we've got a clear debug log, and we're going to purchase this event ticket. And we purchased it. And over in our debug log now, we should have a refresh, and it should tell us that the item's there. So we've got the same data we had before. It's all there. But our little bit of extra code has now checked that purchase ID, this particular purchase ID, is in the payload. And we've been told it's in the payload. Now I'm going to leave that in situ. I'm going to go back to products, and I'm going to select a different product. I'm going to select this one here. to view. I'm just going to view it straight on the front end. I'm going to select type 2. I'm going to buy that now, and I'm going to check it out. And it will finish. And we will have a payload now in our debug log. So if I refresh this now, we get another payload, and we've used a different product, so it's got a different price ID. Price IDs are unique to prices within products, so they are never reused. So in this case, price ID was not in the purchase, because we know it wasn't, because we did a totally different item. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back again to the same item, and I'm going to add that to my cart. And I'm also going to go to the shop, and I'm going to find, and I'm pretty sure it is event ticket. So I'm going to add that to my cart, and just to be sure, I'm going to add another event to my cart because they're both the same price. So I've now got 3 things in my cart, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to check that out. So I'm going to check out my $4 cart, and in here now we should get a trigger to say the item was in there. Even though there's other items in there, it should still find and match our item. So when that finishes, we're going to head over to our debug log. I'm going to refresh it one more time, and it tells me that it was in that cart. And it works whether it's the only item in the cart, whether it's one of multiple items in the cart, and you could also pull out quantities of this item. So that's checkout confirmed, and it is one of those important tools in building automations around SureCart that don't rely on an automator, because they are the building blocks. So with your price ID and then your checkout confirmed, you're matching that your object that you want is in the cart, and then you can do your action. So I hope this video has been useful. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more of these, there are other action hooks available, and I did originally intend to go through them. Not necessarily order created and other order ones, but I did plan on going through some of the revoke and invoke purchase actions. If there is interest in that, please do let me know in the comments. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.